Straight on to our next fight, ladies and gentlemen. This is a 60 kg cadet bout. Fighting out of the blue corner, representing Team NAFA. Please welcome to the octagon, Alex McKinney!
Is loving me, seeing the best part of the day is my half. Feeding me breakfast and get the most fun. Nigga, I'm right dead in the streets. Nigga, I'll get you high, get your head on the beach. Chillin', sitting on about $500,000. With all my niggas, all my guns, all my women. Next 2 years, I should see about a building. All for the rubber drug dealer. Got no love for the other side, fuck them tricks. Every repercussion, drinking like these spit clips all the time. Papa take the war ride, raw flows, and that's how it goes.
Struck necklace, igloo, rain see the moon spinning grin, that shit with the beat trending with. Every large still disperse and rap, and the road to the wishes won't firm to crack. One man to kill, then birds to die, hit the do it and blur the tap. Come out the truck like trick, what up? Call me strong if it's up, only gone when I left off the end of us. Get your friend and fuck, twist it, bend up. You know the deal, niggas fucking real busy. Oh shit, funny how quick.
And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, representing Team Evolve Rhino Derry. Please welcome to the octagon, Corey.
Evening, 60 kilogram cadet bout. Alex McKinney in the blue corner, Corey Houston in the red. Early guillotine attempt here. Good work from Corey in terms of trying to pin the right elbow as close down to the mat as possible to stop the high elbow guillotine attempt. Bring his weight now to the side here. Head as well free. Dropping this on a footlock attempt. Difficult in terms of the success when you're falling directly back into the cage, which can definitely be an issue. Also very curious to note in the form of a straight ankle lock. What are we thinking with these pads on? Definitely couldn't be too easy, but ends up getting the top. Could be back in this guillotine position again, but strong control as he steps over into the half guard. Suspecting a pass at this point.
Yes, Corey, come on.
something that came up in the previous fight with Finn McDade in the very first round when he had luck at a triangle. Maybe just wasn't as locked on with it, and it gives Spencer the chance to be able to pass. You see this especially in younger athletes who when they look back would do anything for the flexibility and what they have now, the ability to be dropped off a building and walk it off without being injured and continue to go back to training. And Corey already from 2 rounds of action, in my opinion, is somebody who is a talented grappler, an understanding of good positions, good modern positions. And probably for the people that he trains with in the gym will know that in a year or two it'll be a lot more difficult for him as he develops a little bit more maturedness and strength, adult strength, as it could be.
Just basically growing into your body as coming into a young man, you're not going to be able to move as...
No, you'll have the flexibility and stuff and you'll be durable, but a couple of positions there that you'd expect he will grow into controlling a little bit better with more experience. A couple of great knees though here from Alex.
In a rule set where obviously there is restrictions, the knees aren't utilised maybe as much as they should be, do you think?
Yeah, and you'd maybe even think that, considering that you're wearing jumps to guillotine again, head pop, when you're wearing shin guards and 6-ounce gloves, to think that an exposed knee to the body at all times is grand. It's a little bit mental when you think about it.
It's probably the most effective strike you can probably do if you don't have the headshots on the feet.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to think about damage, yes, it's probably the one thing as well that will. It's a great back take into a no hooked choke. Really good defense here from Alex. Back to the feet. He went from defending the threat of the dart to attacking an anaconda of his own. It's a variation of a ninja choke that's going on at the moment. It's a good example of what we're talking about just being that little bit younger, able to eat these positions. The neck and shoulder muscles still not as developed as they could be. Not that I'm in a position to critique anybody on that. And they're able to survive just a little bit longer here.
The positive is that they're constantly looking for the finishes, and they're, like I said, there's good defending on both sides, and it's going from one to another. Well, it was Alex for the first bit, and then Corey towards the end of that round was having more success looking for subs.
So obviously the risk of damage is considerably lower than amateur mixed martial arts. They're not taking trauma, but there is definitely an element of a youthful enthusiasm where they are maybe not as phased by the occasion. You know, exposure to this sort of stuff at a young age will definitely help from a experience perspective, from a cardio perspective. They've got energy to burn, they're able to keep going, and they're not as worried about if they end up on bottom in some of these positions on some of these exchanges.
Yeah, and especially, like you said, at this age, it's great experience. Because an event in itself, see something like this when you're amateur fighting for belts, if you were getting thrown into it, that you haven't had this experience, it can be quite overwhelming sometimes. But the two boys look at home here.
potentially learning from the first round of dropping back on the footlock when he stood up to open the guard. He's now in a much better rear body lock position here up against the cage. Hands connected, making such a difference. So both have showed good level of grappling for their age, even though this match is finishing with Corey on a chin strap. I actually think Alex had the closer of the submission attempts. In the second round, when the round finished, we saw a lot of movement of struggle from Corey. I think it could end up going 2-1 to Corey. Regardless, not the biggest deal in the world. It's a cadet bout. Good experience for both. And our man in the middle is on his way in now with the judges' scorecards to let you know at home what's the story. The abacus has been broken out here at the head judges table to be able to just make sure the score is correct. So the judges obviously did think that this was as close as it was.
Yeah, you wouldn't be upset whoever it really goes. Like you said, it's a cadet fight, it's experience. They've both banked loads of experience here. And it's one of those fights that whoever comes out on top is everyone won with the experience. It's not something that I don't think anyone's going to be too downhearted by. It was a good fight by two young lads.
Ladies and gentlemen, giving up the two young lads and giving their absolute all. So this fight was decided by split decision, ladies and gentlemen. And your winner, in the red corner, Corey Is this your first fight in the octagon?
No, not chaos, but I fought elsewhere. Disappointed in my performance. Thought I could have did way better. Let myself down, but I still won. So
It seemed like you were on the top a lot, doing a lot of dominating.
but I'm too tired.
Are you happy you won?
I'm happy I won, but we bit tired now.
Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Well done.